Hello there, and welcome to day number 16 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. Yesterday we had a pretty tough loss after having a fully winning position and playing the opening fairly well, I would say. And I'm hoping that I learned a lesson from yesterday's game, that it is never too late to make mistakes. And I'm hoping that I'm always going to be vigilant going forward in my future games. Now, we're still at 1668 ELO. We're still almost above 70 ELO from where we started, and on track to hit my rating goal of 1700 by the end of the month of October. So we're about halfway through the month and only about 32 ELO to go. Hopefully today we can get back on track and work towards that goal and that first milestone on the journey to 2000 Rapid. So let's just get started with the game. Before I hit the play button, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And please do like and comment on the videos if you enjoy them. It really does help me a lot. And the support has been incredibly helpful throughout the start of this journey and hopefully throughout the many, many days to come. So yeah, thank you so much for those who already subscribe. And let's get started. Let me hit this play button right here and we'll get it going. Your challenge cannot be created because of your internet connection. That's phenomenal. Alright, second try, and we got the game up and running. We're playing with the black pieces against a d4 opening, which I haven't played too often, and another gambit, the Blackmar gambit. Now, my sort of take on these gambit lines is, why not just see where they're going with it? Typically, this is not the best approach, and the reason why is fairly simple. Typically, this is not the best approach because they tend to know more theory in the gambits than I do. However, I feel like with something like this, there's no harm as long as I'm careful. I could take and walk into this and let them get development. Instead, I'm thinking of playing something like knight b6, knight c6, because now they have to defend this pawn. If they do it with the bishop, that doesn't look too great. And maybe I have something like this. I'm going to play knight c6 just because I don't see how they can push the pawn onto d5. They might play bishop b5, which could be annoying. Let me think. Or maybe I'll just take. Okay, I'll just take. I thought for way too long there. We're going to play something like e6. It never hurts to get, something going in the center and fight for the center. Something like bishop b4 makes a lot of sense to me too. Preparing for castling, pinning the knight to the king. If they castle, I can take and ruin their pawn structure. We are up a pawn in the opening. We are down in development. So if we can trade some pieces, I can't see how it could be super harmful. I know that my bishop is better than their knight, but in something like this where they play a3, I'm committed to this idea of letting them double their pawns. And just simply castling. I think that I can't possibly be worse in something like this. Gotta watch out for ideas with the gambits. Maybe I could sack a pawn back, try to trade my queens. I think it makes more sense here to do something like fianchetto the bishop. So something like something like b6 and then bishop b7 makes the bishop active on the long diagonal, and I think that looks good. Okay, this weird move. Queen e1. Where's the queen trying to go? I don't really see this just yet. Maybe the queen's trying to venture onto a square like this, like on e5. I'm not entirely sure. We're just going to go with our plan of fianchettoing the bishop. My opponent's playing really quickly. I'm playing really slowly, I must admit. We could try to go c5 here, or we could try to go knight c6. I think knight c6 is not a bad move. c5 c5 actually is not a bad move either. c5 is an interesting idea. Because, they're not going to take. If they do, I just take back and I'm fine. But I like the shelter for the bishop. I think I'm just going to go knight c6. There's no need for me to push c5. They can't ever play d5, for example. Okay, and now I see kind of what they want to do. I should have maybe thought about this a little bit more. But I think we can just play h6 pretty readily. Probably should think a little bit more here in positions like these. Maybe we'll play h6 though. Wow, okay, so that's a mate threat right there. Some cool stuff. And this is just a result of me not knowing the position. Very interesting. Man, I'm playing too fast here, and I'm not thinking. I already feel like I'm much worse here, because I'm kind of playing into what they want. Do I have any ideas here? If I take, it's not... Well, if I take, it's not mate, right? Knight takes. If I take, knight takes, and then don't I have... Here, let's take. Knight takes, and don't I have this? Here, what if rook takes? Okay. Now, rook takes is annoying. So here, rook takes, queen takes, and this is mate. Let's think. Hold on. I gotta think. I don't have enough time, though, to think. It's the one problem. Maybe I can make space for my king right now. If I go here, queen check's not a thing. I can go king here. Let's try that. Let's try making space for the king. I don't really see anything else. So the threat right now is that if I were to just go, I don't know, anything else, rook takes, anything takes back, this is checkmate. So I think I just have to make space for my king, and maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing a better way to do it. I'm walking into a ton of trouble here. But I think we're hanging on somehow. We are up a piece fully. So, you know, if we're able to somehow hold on, we should be better as long as we don't have to give up a piece back. Let's see. My opponent played this super fast. I don't have to take, but I can. If I take, then here loses, right? So I have to play here. I can't take. That's nice. It's a nice idea. So I'm going to move away. Don't want to lose the game. At least not immediately. Although, actually, knight takes, knight... Oh, no, queen takes, sorry. I thought knight takes, queen takes, but that's not happening. Duh. My opponent is not a fool. At least, probably not. You never know. You never know. I mean, I don't want to presume. Full disclosure, I have not played any chess today at all. It's been a really busy past couple of days, so... Tactics brain probably a little rusty. I did do some puzzles while I was on the subway on my way back home. I was away during the day today. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm thinking we move our king. I'm thinking maybe we move our knight. What's the best way to defend? Hold on. Okay, so if I move my king, he doubles up his rooks. I'm thinking rook here. Then he can just sack. Can he sack? Sack, takes. I don't know. I actually don't know. Uh-oh. I don't have time, though. I'm like starting to lose on time. I assume he doubles his rooks. I assume that's the plan. It's funny. I'm kind of like anti-castling my king, sending it all the way to the other direction, at which it thought it had safety. Clearly did not. My plan is to go rook h8. That's my idea. My plan is to double up the attack on this bishop, go rook h8. So this bishop's going to be immobilized. If it ever moves, it loses a queen. If the queen ever steps away, then I can just take for free. And yeah, it never has this. The queen doesn't have this square to defend the bishop because the knight is defending it as well. So that's my idea. I can totally see stuff like this being dangerous, though, if I don't play fast enough. Maybe I should already anticipate rook f1. If rook f1 and I play here, oh, they take right away. Wow. Wow, really? But the king doesn't have to take back. That's maybe they missed this? I don't know. Okay, I mean, I'm not taking with the king. That seems stupid. To put it quite frankly, if I took back with the king, that would probably lose me the game. And now, okay. Okay, I see what they're doing. They want to play this move here. Can I not go here, though? Because if I go here, there's a fork. Although, actually, no, there's no fork. Here, And then if I step back and knight takes, then queen takes queen. So there's no real danger here. I mean, I lose a pawn, but it's not the end of the world. And now my king is safe. And hopefully they play this without thinking, but I think they're thinking a little bit now. So yeah, king safe. We've managed to dodge the dangers of the position for the most part, hopefully. You know, I don't know for sure if that's true. But at the very least, all I know is that I am up in material. That is 100% sure. And if I start to look at this position a tiny bit, you know, I like to think that I'm doing pretty well. I like to think I'm doing pretty well because I don't see any way of attacking my king. Here I'm threatening rook takes h7. Oh, no, I'm not. I wish I was. Rook takes doesn't work. And they step out of the way. I'm just going to play something like queen here. Is there a better way to defend this pawn? Not really. Can the knight move here? But if the knight moves, I just sack. I don't really mind. Actually, no, this pawn's not even hanging. What am I talking about? What am I doing? Let's move the king all the way to b8. Seems safer there. There's no real check problem here. And my plan's to go bishop c8. Okay, I can't go bishop c8 anymore. But can't I just go... well, I can move my knight. Try to trade pieces. Let's try to trade pieces. I'm assuming that they want to go queen f3. So maybe I won't be able to move my knight. But I'll be able to defend. Although I'm not playing super well here. I should be careful. Queen f3 is actually looking really annoying now that I think about it. Not immediately, but pretty annoying. Although I have this trap idea. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't have a trap idea. Now I'm thinking of playing this and just trying to trade the bishops. Let's do it. I don't see a downside right now. If takes and then queen check, I can just step back onto b8. Or maybe I can even go knight here. Makes it a little bit safer. Although this helps me bring my rook into the game and avoids any check ideas on d7. So let's do this. Yep, that's what I thought. I'm thinking knight here. Knight here, and then d5 is annoying, so maybe not. Maybe I just go back. Maybe I just go back. Let's do that. Just because knight here, d5, and I can't take. Because queen takes. Actually, oh my god, I could have taken. I could have taken. The knight defends the queen. I'm playing super slow. That is a problem. Okay. Just go knight b7 with the idea of going knight d6. And I'm down to 2 minutes on the clock, so that's something I gotta worry about. Always annoying to be down on time, but I did sign up for these 10+0 games. You know, I made the conscious decision to play them. They are not an excuse. Maybe I just gotta speed up a tiny bit, play a little faster, think a little less in the opening. Although I think there's some merit to playing slowly and taking my time. We'll go with our plan. Attack the queen. Okay, let's see. Can we try to trade the queens maybe? Perhaps not. Let's go this way. I don't see the harm. Oh, shoot! Oh my god. Oh my god. I blundered. Oh, you see, like, this is what happens. This is what happens. Time pressure. Do I try to trade the queens? Because I can right now. You know what? I'm just gonna play fast. And not think too hard. I feel like this is probably losing, but we're gonna just try to go for a draw here. I assume takes, or probably rook takes. Okay, no. Rook probably should have taken. That was probably the better move. But I think maybe we're going to hold on here. They have really bad pawn structure. They can't defend this either. And we have a passer. It's a big threat. Although their pawns are really, really strong. Let's go here. Keep our king on the back. Here, there's no way of stopping this, at least. Okay, maybe there is a way, I guess. Oh my god, there's mate. Wow, I'm just so bad. Just so bad today. Wow, that was really bad. I don't know what to say. This is not good. I should probably stop filming these videos in the middle of the night. This has been a busy past few days, so maybe I can blame that, but awful. Like honestly, just awful. I'm not happy at all with how I played. We'll take a look at the analysis. I'll try my best to learn from the mistakes I made, but I know we're sliding down a little bit. It's okay. It's fine. Try to get a good night's sleep tonight and rebound tomorrow, hopefully. But let's see. Let's see how this game played out. Okay, well, it is time to analyze. Let's see exactly where this game went wrong. I have a feeling I played the opening really badly, because I think the opponents got everything they wanted out of the opening, and somehow I managed to survive. We got d4, d5, and then e4. Once again, I'm not familiar with gambits. I like to play into them just because I want to learn, and then the next time I face one, I'll know how to work against it. Especially with rapid games, I think I like taking the time afterwards to see exactly how the gambit is played and what ideas usually occur during the gambit. So this is the Blackmar gambit, where d4, d5 is followed by e4. And after it takes, you have knight c3, knight f6, and now f3 is played, and I take, and knight takes on f3. Already I'm down a minute, which is not good. I definitely dealt with a lot of time pressure, and this time around I have no excuses for how I lost, because I literally just blundered a full piece without even thinking about it. So time is one thing that I should probably speed up a little bit on in the opening phase of the game. E6 apparently is the best move here, so to my credit, I played this semi-accurately, at least until this point. Bishop b4, which is treated as inaccuracy, it still maintains the equality, which is fine. Instead, something like a6. Why is a6 good? a6 feels slow. Maybe it's to prepare b5 and pressure out this bishop, because this bishop doesn't have any room. Or bishop e7, preparing a castle right away. And knight to bd7, anticipating the importance of a knight on f6, so that if this knight's ever taken, you can take it back. At least I would assume that's the case. Here I just went for a trade of pieces and castling. This is not bad, objectively. White is slightly better, though. And this move, b6, is a little too slow. Position requires me to play something like knight d5 or knight bd7. So just trying to get my pieces a little bit more active. Instead, I try to get my bishop active at the cost of 2 moves. Here, this is bad, specifically if they play bishop g5, because I did allow this. And I guess I just neglected the importance of it, because I never bothered to think about what I would play after bishop g5. And it's especially good right here. After h6, the reason why it's especially good is this move, queen h4. And yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't see this, I think, at my level, even if you gave me like 5 minutes. If you told me like, hey, find the best move for white, I wouldn't think it's queen h4. I would probably calculate takes. I'd probably calculate maybe something like takes and then queen e4, but queen h4 maybe a little bit above my pay grade. We'll get there, though. I believe we'll get there. So here, queen h4, and already white is significantly better. So I was right. White got their plan out of the opening, although in a convoluted way. But queen h4, I decided to go pawn takes, which is, fine for what it is in that position. Everything's losing. Apparently knight takes on d4. Somehow knight takes on d4 is the best position. Yeah, I'm not playing that ever. So I played h takes g5. After knight takes, I played rook e8, which is the only move that doesn't result in a checkmate. And then my opponent's apparently supposed to play rook f2 first. So double up the rooks on the f file first, I guess. Here they started with bishop h7, and that's bad because it helps my king get away. Rook f2 afterwards is a little too late because I get my king to e7, and now takes, knight back, and I can just step away to d7, because after the knight takes, I don't actually lose the rook on e8, and that's something I saw. If the knight takes the rook, then they lose a queen. So, you know, this ended up being pretty fine for me. Afterwards, rook h8 is also good. And, you know, if they hadn't moved their queen, I was calculating stuff like this. But it doesn't work because after rook takes... Actually, it does work. Rook takes, queen takes... Queen takes... No, it doesn't work. Scratch that. Never mind. It doesn't work. I forgot that there's a rook on f1. But got my king to ultra safety. Brought my queen in. And here's where I started to go wrong. I try to trade the pieces. And, well, actually, this is still fine. But here, I'm annoyed by the fact that I saw knight c6 1 second too late. Like, I literally was like, oh, knight c6 is bad because of d5, and I can't take because queen takes. And I just didn't bother to think that the knight can take back. And I would have been much better if knight c6, I think. I think I would have been less immune to threats because I didn't have to worry about the queens facing each other. It would also let the rooks be connected, which the downfall was me hanging a piece, but I wouldn't have hung a piece if my rooks were connected. So that's why it's important to make sure your pieces are properly developed. Here, I wonder if I could have even played like e5. Yeah, I could have. I could have just played e5. I went knight back. You know, everything's fine. Like, as long as I don't blunder, I'm just so up in material that as long as I don't blunder and as long as my king is relatively safe, I'm gonna win. Here I go knight d6, putting pressure on the queen, and I just ignore the fact that the queen moves to this square to attack the rook. Like, I have nothing better to say. I have no excuse for myself. I'm very disappointed in myself, to be honest. I'm also, I should say, incredibly exhausted. I don't know if it shows from my eyes, but on average, I've been getting about 3-4 hours of sleep a night for the last 4 nights. I had a volleyball tournament. I had to do commentary for a chess tournament of a friend of mine, a fellow streamer. And I've been making these videos, and I've been trying to stream when I could. It's been pretty time consuming. Tonight I can sleep in, so that's gonna be hopefully, you know, not an excuse going forward. I'll be able to get good sleep. Although I am flying to Japan on Thursday, so there's that whole thing coming up too. But I digress. Ultimately, there's no excuse to hang a piece like this, but I did. And you can't take back what already happened. In the year I went for a queen trade where I really shouldn't have gone for a queen trade. I don't know why I didn't play knight takes a3. I was worried about, like, something here. But the queen's defending the knight. As long as all the pieces are defended, you can bring your rook in the game. You can slot your king on, like, c8, for example. Or, no, actually, b8 makes much more sense. And, yeah. This would have been playable. Completely playable, I should say, because equal material. And it would have been a game of chess, but instead I went for the queen trade because of time. I don't know. I don't know exactly why. Here, I still have a chance at the game, as long as I don't let them take this pawn. But me, being the tired boy I am, let them take the pawn, and then I hung checkmate. There's really, yeah, not much to be said here. Just a bad game of chess by me. Just a bad game of chess. I did learn a little bit about the Blackmar, and not exactly the most common opening in the world, but now I know that there is this whole thing to avoid, resulting in queen h4. That could be really, really messy if played right. So that's good to know, and it really comes down to, in the beginning, if you do take the gambit, playing something like just bishop e7 or knight bd7, playing slowly, making sure your pieces are all defended, castling, instead of going for more active moves. So that's on me to remember for next time. But the end of the day, gotta work with the result we got, right? And that is a loss. We're down to 1662 elo. I did play, to my credit, I guess, I did play a 1754, which is pretty high. So they're probably the favorite against a 1600-ish player like me. But at the same time, no excuses, and I am always aiming to win these games. So we'll see if we can have a change of fortune next time around, get a win on the board again. It'll feel good when that happens. Hopefully tomorrow. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And thanks for watching. I really do appreciate all of you who are watching these videos. It's been cool to see support. And fingers crossed I can give a better result for y'all in tomorrow's game and in the days to come. Until then, take care of yourselves and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.